Hey guys, StarCraft here, and in honor of Valentine's Day, I'm going to be talking about my all-time favorite couple in comics and anywhere. Lois and Clark. Not Lois and Superman. I want to make this very clear. As far as I know growing up, there has been three aspects of Superman. You have Superman, of course, the costume when he's off saving the day. You have Clark Kent when he's out in public, the milksop or the goofball, whatever. Then you have Clark Kent, the real man. The man who can be open about himself. He isn't hiding. He isn't putting on an act. He's able to use his powers freely, etc. That's the real man. That's the guy raised by Mom and Pa Kent. That's the guy who's been existing for decades, a decade or so before he became, over a decade before he became Superman. That's the real man. He wasn't Superman as a baby. He was Clark. He might have been Superboy, but he was Clark longer than that. And it is Clark that Lois has fallen for. She can fall in love with Superman for his amazing feats and the powers and the fact he saves the day, but that's just, Superman is what he does. Clark is who he really is. Even if she falls in love with Superman, doesn't know he's Clark, she's falling in love with the best parts of Clark. It's in Superman. Because if it was just Superman, then Lois is just then she's just a finicky, I don't want to say bitch, but she's basically just all swooning over the powers. That's not going to be a stable, long-term relationship, which is something that I think pre-crisis kind of emphasized when she was so desperate to try and figure out who Superman was. But, yeah. Look, this isn't going to be a long video. I'm just talking about all this. But I loved it. From post-crisis especially, really showed that, they didn't even really emphasize much of her love for Superman. They had her eventually fall with Clark because they saw it as if she didn't fall for Clark, then really, it was going to be a hollow relationship then. After they fixed what John Byrne did, making her completely another bitch, to the point where you're wondering why the hell Superman would be, and Clark would be in love with her. But it's the reason why, whenever I hear Mark Waid saying he wants to bring the love triangle back, what is the point of the love triangle? I'm sorry, that was fine for its day, but it's become outdated. You have that love triangle, what are you going to do with it? Oh, and just keep on going this perpetual cycle of Clark loves Lois, but she loves Superman. Because eventually, most writers didn't have it be, Superman just still goes on dates with her and just leaves Clark to the side. And that's where you put more emphasis on Superman's the real guy, and Clark is just a disguise. I'm sorry, I never bought that. Because that just disregards so much. Especially when you put so much emphasis on the super. There's more putting emphasis on his Kryptonian side. Basically, Mom Pa Kent did was right and was teaching him the right from wrong. But that was it. They don't really seem to matter much else in his life when they go down that route most of the time. But that is where I stand with this. Why do I love them so much? Because when written well, and most of the time during the post-crisis, they were written so well, even during the worst of stories, you just feel like they're meant to be. I mean, and I gotta say, aside from something like Superman and Wonder Woman, which that's more because of their matching power set or anything like that, I mean, even with Spider-Man, you have multiple love interests that have been around that some people still prefer. Superman, it's mostly Lois and Lois. That's mostly been it. And when you see how they're one of the first superheroic couples that have lasted this long. So, yeah, look. I just wanted to get all that for Valentine's Day. Have a happy one, everyone. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy being with your loved ones or your best friends. Because, hey, I know of some people who celebrate Valentine's Day with their best friends, even if there's nothing romantic going on between them. Have a good time. This was a short video. But all I wanted to say was that. Take care.